exploring unknown technologies, decoding future unicorns. Welcome to Product X, where we combine capital insights with engineering depth to catch the next big thing in tech. I'm Rena. Today we're diving into a fascinating story. A Canadian telecom software startup called GAIA just closed a $40 million Series B with JMI Equity leading the round. They're positioning as the Shopify for Challenger Telecoms and have posted insane growth. 3 straight years of 3x revenue growth. So what exactly is going on here? Let me introduce our 2 experts. Vivian, you've been investing in SaaS and infrastructure for over a decade at PreAngel. Give us a quick intro.
Hey Rena. Hey Nolan. I'm Vivian. I've backed a dozen B2B SaaS companies from seed to IPO, and I spend most of my time these days looking at infrastructure modernization plays.
And Nolan, you were a principal architect at a major Silicon Valley company. Tell us who you are in 1 sentence.
Yeah, I'm Nolan. Spent 15 years building distributed systems at scale, and I've seen enough legacy telecom stacks to last a lifetime. That's what makes this Gaia story so interesting.
Okay, so here's the core question. Telecom software is about as sexy as watching paint dry. Why would a major PE firm like JMI drop $40 million on a 90-person team in a space everyone considers boring? Vivian, you first.
Here's the thing. What grabbed me wasn't the growth numbers, though those are ridiculous. It's that this company has pure business DNA. Most SaaS founders pitching enterprise software have never actually worked in that industry. Gaia is different. They were the internal IT department of Oxio, a Canadian ISP. They built this system because they couldn't buy anything that worked. That's not a pitch deck story. That's real product market fit forged in actual pain.
Right, and from a technical standpoint, that's huge. When you build software for yourself first, you hit every edge case. Telecom billing is brutal. You've got usage-based tiers, equipment leasing, prorated proration. The fact that they survive their own internal use means they understand the data model inside out.
Wait, but Nolan's point makes me wonder. If it's so hard, why do traditional carriers still run on these ancient systems? What's actually preventing them from switching?
Oh man, where do I start? So you have BSS systems for billing, OSS systems for network operations, and FSM for field service. Each one is a separate silo from a different vendor, built on different databases from the early 2000s. When a customer calls to complain about an outage, the agent has to manually log into 3 different systems to figure out what's happening. It's not that they like it, it's that migrating is a multi-year nightmare.
And that's exactly Gaia's opening. They're saying, we'll move you for free. That sounds like a marketing gimmick, but it's actually surgical. Migration fees are the last fence keeping operators locked in. Remove that, and you can get them on the platform. Once they're billing, CRM, and dispatch data all live in Gaia, they're stuck, in a good way. The switching cost becomes astronomical.
So the business play is remove the barrier, then lock them in with data gravity. Nolan, but what's actually under the hood? You mentioned they're calling this AI-native. What does that mean in practice?
It's not just a buzzword. Traditional vendors added AI as an afterthought, maybe a chatbot on top. Gaia built the AI into the core data layer. So picture this. A router in a neighborhood starts glitching. Their system detects the anomaly, auto-creates a field service ticket, texts all affected customers an apology, and proactively credits their account before any human even picks up the phone. That's not possible when your billing system can't talk to your CRM.
Let me jump in there because that's the killer use case. For challenger ISPs trying to compete against the big guys, that level of automation is transformative. They can't afford 100 customer service reps, so the AI becomes their competitive advantage. That's the Shopify analogy. You're giving them a complete stack that lets them act like a giant.
That makes sense. Now let's talk about the flip side. What's going to be hard for Gaia from here? What are the landmines?
The market positioning is smart. They're going after Challenger Telecoms, not AT&T or Verizon. That's where the urgency is. But here's the tension. The easy wins are the regional players. To keep growing, they eventually have to take on the big boys, and that's a whole different ballgame with years of procurement cycles and custom deployment requirements. It could dilute their SaaS model.
Totally agree on the business side. On the tech side, the challenge is availability. When your billing system goes down for a telecom, that's not an inconvenience. That's a regulatory incident. They need 5 nines uptime. The AI automation is great, but if the system glitches and credits everyone in the network, that's game over. They have to nail reliability at scale.
So both of you are saying the opportunity is real, but execution gets way harder at the next level. Let's do a quick round of quick takes lightning round style. First question. If you had to bet, which legacy player is most scared of Gaia right now?
Amdocs. They're the old guard of telecom BSS, and their entire business model is built on multi-year implementations that cost millions. Gaia threatens that whole playbook.
Yeah, I'll second that. Or maybe it's the smaller integrators, the consulting firms that charge to glue all these legacy systems together. Gaia makes them obsolete.
Okay, question 2. What's the most overhyped part of the Gaia story?
The AI-native label gets thrown around a lot. It's real AI. But let's be clear. It's AI in service of automation, not some magical thinking machine. The value is still in the unified data model.
The 3-year 3x growth is impressive, but let's see what happens when they hit $50 million. ARR and the law of large numbers kicks in. That's the real test.
Question 3. If you could change one thing about Gaia's strategy, what would it be?
I'd push them to go deeper on API ecosystems earlier. If they can become the platform where third-party developers build on top of their stack, that's when the network effects really kick in.
I'd actually say the opposite: stay focused. The temptation to expand into adjacent markets like utilities or cable could dilute the core. Double down on telecom first.
Interesting. You two disagree on that one. Question 4.
What's one high-level takeaway from this story that applies to any startup?
Build for yourself first. The best SaaS companies usually started as internal tools that got productized. Gaia is the poster child for that.
And from my side, don't underestimate the legacy. The reason Gaia wins is because the incumbents have 10 years of technical debt. That applies to every...
Last one. Predict it. 5 years from now. IPO, acquisition, or independent?
They've got the growth trajectory, and JMI doesn't back small exits. My bet is they go public within 5 years.
I'll take a different angle. I think they get acquired by a cloud provider like AWS or Google, who wants their telecom stack. The big clouds are hungry for industry-specific solutions.
Love the debate. Vivian, give us a one-sentence summary of what we learned today.
Gaia isn't winning because they have better AI. They're winning because they understood telecom operators' pain from the inside, built a unified platform that actually works, and used a free migration play to blow up the switching cost moat.
Nolan, your one sentence.
They're building the modern operating system for telecom, and the technical moat is real, but only if they can maintain reliability at 5 nines while scaling.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thanks to Vivian for the capital and GTM lens, and Nolan for peeling back the architecture. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe. We break down the next big thing in tech every week. I'm Rena. See you next time.